Welcome, Sri Sathyanarayana Garu. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's such a pleasure to have you with us. Thank you so much.
Much. It's a pleasure for me also to be interacting with, talking about dance and our life stories. Thank you.
Absolutely. We're very, very kind of you. We are very honored. In fact, I want to ask you, given that, you take so much of care and thought into your appearance, your dress, your aharyam, I had a question.
Yeah.
Has the aharya abhinaya changed for male dancers? You adapted to it?
I actually, there's nothing specific that aharya is to be like this for anybody, especially for male dancers. When it comes to male dancers, it's your own interest. You can create something as long it looks aesthetic and beautifully welcome from the audience and whatever the people or anybody. They should be able to watch, and they should it should remain in their minds when they go back that they saw along with the dance. They saw a beautiful aharyam and the aesthetic sense of the whatever dancer. So for that, we have to really go through with the colors and how it goes on our body. And more than aharyam, when I do my own programs, solo programs, like if it is my own program, if I'm putting up the show, I'll make sure my backdrop also looks, aesthetically this stage done with. I have a lot of old. You can see my puja room behind. It's a very old antique piece of these kind of things I put behind. This will really go well for any our classical performances. And along with that, I go with my costumes. Earlier I used to. Maybe once in my whole dancing career of 35 years. I've worn for my solo performance. I should say I have worn only 4 to 5 times a stitched costume.
Oh wow!
Stitched one. Otherwise, from so many years, I'm wearing only dhotis. Dhotis I tied as a kache for the performance, and even for my dance class when I used to go for Narmada Auntie's class, my class, I think I used to go with kache and dance. And. Many people used to do with the track pants and the t-shirts, which I'm against it actually. It's my personal. I'm not. It should not become a controversy. It's that everybody's individual interest. They can dance however they want in their own dress. But for me, the aesthetics is very important. The appearance should be like when I go to class, everybody should look at me. Like twice.
They automatically will, believe me. Once you start dancing, they automatically will. I agree.
When you dress up and go, they should really, even anywhere, like dance class, you go for practice also, you should dress up nicely and, like that. My personally, I am very interested in dressing up. I love clothes especially, and I mix and match a lot of things. I used to wear dhotis and I used to do contrast colors. Like I used to wear my back piece at contrast piece, and now I started buying the saris, and I tie sari as a dhoti and make a nice angavastram from that. And recently, to be very frank, I like in. See, now I'm 54. I have to really be in my fit. Once we as I age, you get old, our bodies will not listen to us unless you really vigorously you practice and do diet and all. I feel, my God, it's enough of dieting, and I like to eat nicely. I've got little bit paunch and I took cover, so I made one angavastram and I did. Many people welcomed that. Many people liked it. Many said, why you should have done it's okay. So what, you can show your big stomach and dance. I said, no, let me try this. So it was very welcomed and they liked it. Yeah, men should men should not sit back and say, no, this color will not suit for me, that color will not suit for me. Colors are so beautiful. We should explore with the colors, and nicely we can mix and match the colors and wear it, and you can appear on the stage. Yeah, and also jewelry. I like antique finished jewelry, and my jewelries are very special. I get it, customized, and I have a lot of silver with gold polished one, and they are very aesthetics ones, so it will match my this thing. And yeah, initially when I didn't have a knowledge, I also used to wear all kinds of junk jewelry. What I used to, it used to. I mean, but later only I realized that this will not go on me, and I stopped wearing this thing tol bandi and all. No, I wear only kadas, nice kadas I wear. So that's it, and I stopped wearing all this thing. I wear a nice choker, and already I pierced my ears, so I don't have to worry about every time I have to wear. So I have my diamonds here. It sparkle on stage. So for me, the aesthetics is very important, and
Right.
I love clothes, I love colors, and yeah.
No, it's beautiful. You're absolutely right. In fact, some of your dupattas and saris are the envy of a lot of women, I should say. So tend to dress up much better thanks to that. And a lot of male dancers now bring beautiful saris and shades. Mentioned, that inhibition of wearing different colors is a lot less now. Not just pure whites. There's just so many beautiful colors that they drape, and they drape the sari beautifully. There is absolutely no doubt.
Yeah.
Right.
Very. Yeah.
So,
slowly the thing is scene is changing, and male dancers costume sense and all is really beautifully they're doing. All youngsters are very tech savvy, and they Google and they search and they do a lot of homework. Really, I mean, my younger days, we didn't have all these social media things, all those things. And yeah, they really do well. And yeah, some of them, the costumes are really good and nice colors, and the draping also very beautifully they drape it. Yeah. Each one has their own way of draping costume, the male dancers. They are well, nicely figured, all of them, all flat belly they have. And
absolute age is on this side. But you also innovated with jewelry, if I remember.
yeah.
The kind of jewelry that you started wearing, you introduced a few new ways of wearing.
Yeah, I used to buy the beads and the big beads and the different shapes of beads, and I used to get it done with a very. I mean, I never wear. I don't remember wearing the. I mean, on the earlier days I wore. I used to wear. Now half of late, like for many years, I wear only 2 lines and 3 lines of the beads I get, and or sometimes I go and buy in different places. Like my jewelry, most of them are from Amrapali. So Amrapali jewelries, and now recently I found a friend called Asha Nandakumar. She has jewelry at home. I make her cut all the beautiful jewelries and make into different this thing. And for my students also, I mean, she's saying, such a beautiful choker, you're cutting it. I said, okay, you cut, I'll make more beautiful about it. And I cut the long chains and small chains, I cut it and mix and match, and I give tough time to my friend Asha, and she will make it. And yeah, it came out very well with all the headset and the choker and everything. In fact, I made a bangle also for some of them, and tolbandi from the necklace and from long necklace. A lot of bangles also from the long chains and small. I mixed and matched, and I asked her to make it. This thing I also made for heads, for thing braid. When you braid, the chowri and all for that. I this time I decided, let's not go for temple jewelry for my students, senior students. Let me sit and work on jewelry, and went to my friend Asha, and I got all the stuff in front of me, and I made let's do something different. That's it. It's a temple jewelry. It has its own beauty and its own aesthetic. But working on new things are always good.
Yeah, I know. And you also bring an aesthetic sense to it, right? Your own taste, something unique. So that also enhances how a person looks on stage. That's beautiful. I also want to know, talking about saris and jewelry and, how things have changed. Do you believe portraying feminine characters makes a male dancer effeminate?
It depends upon the person who is dancing. Your own personality and the way you behave yourself. Many people say if you learn from a female teacher, you'll become like that. It's just a wrong concept. Everybody has the mind is set like that. And actually, I want to be very frank. Our cinema has depicted very badly our dance characters. Dance gurus and all, they show very badly. The way they walk and all, the gurus and all their voices really heartening so much. They should not depict like that any dance. Whether it's a dance guru or dancer, they should not depict like that. It's not like that actually. Yeah, some people do it, but you don't have to exaggerate and do it. Like I was telling you, if it is a female character, for example, I say Draupadi is coming into the Sabha and she don't have to like this. I can't come and walk like this. I can just stand as her and just give a look like that, and I can become like that, and just that's it. I don't have to do this. We don't have to do it.
Exactly.
This is where people think very effeminate, female. Very women-ish, all kinds of things they talk. You have to sit and work on the character. You should take the character inside and bring it out. That's it. You don't have to do all the Vayaram solrangle, all those things, For when you are the female dancers are dancing, let them do. They have a beautiful, dressed nicely and beautiful figure they have. They can be. When male dancers are dancing, you can just walk nicely, gracefully, and become a nice, you can just show what many times women means we just we just bend the head and look. That is what the characters, If like when Rama, when Sita and Rama Swayamvara, when Rama the bow and arrow, and Sita comes, she can't come Sita like this, the male character. I can just slowly do it like this and become. I can just bend my head, and it's very shy. Like she don't have to one look and come down. That's it. You don't have to. And other we don't have. We should not do it. Which I've seen many of them have done that. I said don't do. Please work on the character and become a character, and then bring out the emotion.
The subtlety works really well, right? You internalize a character, and then the subtlety is very important.
Very, very much. No, when I did my recently production, I did with a theater person. She's a very big name, legendary theater person. B. Jayashri, her name. She's a very big theater artist in Karnataka, and she's from NST legend. She is. We did she is of course, yeah. We did a Draupadi, Panchali. We did theater and a dance, folk theater and dance, Bharatanatyam. So, but I had a dialogues also in that. I had to learn the theater. She taught me all the theater techniques, and I was the Draupadi. When I went and approached her, she thought I'll wear a feminine dress, but she thought I'll wear it. I'll wear it like Kuchipudi they do, no? Stree Vesham. She asked me, are you wearing Stree Vesham and doing Draupadi? I said, no. I'll be like this only as a male dancer. But I want to bring out the emotions of Draupadi. For me, Draupadi and Sita are the very dear characters for me, both of them.
Right.
All the characters, any female characters, in my everything I really like, and I get into the character, and I like to bring the emotions, and I don't know how far people have this thing, but I enjoy and I like the character, and we did that, and both of us were exchange in the characters, like she will become Draupadi once, I'll become Draupadi once. We'll be telling the past when he did that, when I was like this, like that kind of, we were exchanging, how the this thing happened around the Draupadi we did. So there again, like she asked me if I'm wearing Stree Vesham. I said no. For that I had to stitch the costume. I had to buy a 9-yard sari, the big sari. That I bought, and I stitched the step costume, and I wore the one. I did Angavastram like this. That Angavastram was for Draupadi. I was doing like this. And when I become Duryodhana Arjuna, I was tying on this thing and standing. I was that this thing in our hand. We can always play the games. And I used to leave dupatta, long dupatta at stage. When this things, Draupadi, the Swayamvara was happening, I was like putting my dupatta like this and standing. And one by one, they come and try to listing at Bilur Baran for the fish thing. I used to come like Duryodhana, I came like Arjuna and Bhima. I used to tie that and walk vigorously. And suddenly I used to change my character. So like that, we can play a game with one small dupatta or something like that.
Correct.
When I Priya Charushile, I did also once, and many times I've done. So I carried one peacock with me, and like Radha will be sitting with the peacock. She's angry, she's gone, and I'd kept on the stage everything on peacock, with the long peacock from one dupatta there. And Krishna enters and sees he picks the peacock, but then he holds Radha is Samarian. He picks the dupatta and he holds that, and he'll be looking Radha. Then you see Radha there, he takes the peacock and he just do it like this. Like where she's angry. You don't want this. You want this. See, you have thrown your dupatta also here. And there, that P.A. Charushile, I continue with that. And in the end, I just give her that and I put dupatta and I take her inside, it's like she's angry that the Krishna is going behind many, Gopika trees and all those things. And while exiting with the Radha, I say, I'll never see any women. I take her, I put her head on my arm and I just make her walk inside. Then I look back. I'll come later. I put her inside. That's character is that, no? Like,
yeah.
It's not a playful thing. That's it.
Absolutely.
So these are the many times I've used. And when we did Dwaram with the Vani Ganapati, different Dwaram, there's a 5 Dwarams like Atma Dwaram, Mandai, all those. Shringara we did. There also, Priya Charushile we did. She was the Radha, and I was going to one each Dwaram and Venako. I was looking at different takis there and playing with them, and then I go finally like that. Yeah, many female characters are very close to me, and this Draupadi, especially when this Jayashree ma'am asked me if I'm wearing Stree Vesham, I said no. Then how will you do? I said I will do a dance portion where I'll do this thing, and you teach me the dialogues and the technical part of theatre. She taught me very well. It was a huge success. Touch wood. It's a God's grace, Krishna's blessing. We had a 3 days continuous shows, and we had packed and overflowing audience on 3 days. we had to send back the audience, touch wood, and it's all God's blessings. Whatever happened. All 3 days we had to send the people who came, and there was no place inside. It was all packed, and people, all 3 aisles, and people came at 5 o'clock for 6:30 show. They came at 5 and they were standing in queue.
Wonderful. It's so nice to hear people actually support arts. That's what we need. It's a very thing.
Bangalore have very good audience, We have a very good supportive audience. We never dance in Bangalore, especially. I'm sorry to say, we never dance for empty auditorium. We always have a full audience. With most of them are dancers and dance gurus. Everybody in Bangalore, they come and watch and appreciate it. So even I go. Any youngsters invite me for the program, I go. I take my time and I go. Sometimes I give my class to my seniors and I say, please take class. I have to attend so-and-so program.
Right.
I go and watch. I like to watch youngsters. Now the youngsters are really coming up with a great idea, innovative ideas, and nice to see them.
That's very gracious of you. And it's really nice because this is exactly what I wanted to go into next. Art is a very difficult field. It's difficult to sustain in arts. And I remember in one of your interviews, you also mentioned that how you did not marry because you could not support a family thanks to, earning. And it is so difficult in arts. Do you think it has really changed for this generation? How difficult it is it now? More so than...
really, really difficult. In my case, my personal journey, when I was dancing, when I was 26, 27, so that's the age you get married, you know. Our South Indians, they say before 30 you should get married. I mean, that is what our mindsets, like girl has to be get married before 25 like that, and boys has to get married in that age. When my father asked me, you should get married, he was forcing me. I said, I was not earning. Though we had a property and we are, I mean, I come from agriculture family and my father said, I'll support you. I'll give you the whatever, this thing you want for your, this thing. I said, no, I don't want to take money from you. Of course, I took money from him for my dance. When I'm learning for the fees and other things, I used to take, even though then I used to take fees from my father and I used to weep, you know, that when will I earn and when will I learn? Now, many times when I used to go in my scooter to dance class in signals, I used to stand, watch others. They were all going to the work, like, you know. I said, they're all going to work and they're earning. What am I doing? I'm going to dance class and doing nothing. Will I able to live my life with this? But at that only that point, I used to think that then after going to dance class, nothing. The different feeling after dancing and seeing all my teacher and my colleagues and all. We had a great, friend. I had a great friends in dance class, and I told my father, no, I can't, because always women comes with so much of dream to the. They get married and go to the husband's house with like their dream is that they'll be more happier in a husband's house and appadida they poranga with lot of dreams from parents to husbands when they go. So I didn't want to put that, whoever, if she's coming to me, I didn't want to put her down and suffer. I told directly my father, I will not marry. And I told in many interviews, I was not earning at my age of marriage, and it is get married. And after many years only, I saw that I can earn in dance. You know, when I performed, I got some 750 bucks for some performance. That 750 rupees is the like 7 lakhs now. From, you know, it's a great big amount. That 750 bucks for performance. And yeah. And can I dream of having a family from 750 rupees? And I didn't have a dance class. I didn't have a guts to teach also. This my dance class has been given by from my dance guru Narmada auntie. She was teaching in one place and she asked me to continue there, and she gave it to me. She said, I mean, she had gone out for some overseas program. She was in US. She asked me to continue for 3 months, and when she came back, I had a lot of students by then. She had only one student, a new class. She had started a new class in some other area, right. And I had a lot of. By the time she came in, she said, "You continue," and then I had a blessings from her and dance class. Yeah, even in dance class, that it was not great. This thing, I can't say that I was earning copyright. Earn for my clothes and for my programs, whatever. We had to save the money for the. If I am performing with live music, I had to save some amount that I didn't have guts to ask my father to give again for my musician and all. So yeah, even now, there are many people are struggling with the dance class. Unless you are a well-known dance teacher, well-known performer, people go with by name. You know, they go and learn. If you have if you are a star performer or if you are a very well-known teacher, so they go and yeah. Some people are really managing with the family and they're married. Both of them are dancers, husband and wife dancers. They go to schools and work. Now it's not even my days when I didn't have those. I didn't know, and I never tried also to go and work in schools and all. Now these dancers, they work for annual show. They go and do choreography beautifully. They do all the youngsters.
Correct.
Very good music done by musicians in Bangalore, and the costumes and stage design, lightings, exorbitantly they do, and they are really doing good. Many of the dancers like this, like school works and all. If you want me to tell directly, if you can earn from only dance class is very, very difficult unless you have some other thing to do. Like you have to go and work in schools and colleges, projects, all those. There are few dancers, they are earning nicely in dance, but they have a lot of students. Like on Ocean, they have, not many have, not everybody has.
Not everybody. It's very few cases, in fact.
Very. Anyway, now all the youngsters are very tech savvies and they know how to. They all social media very active and they know how to market themselves, which is good.
True, and places, you know, things like COVID and all has made us forced a lot of people to go online. I mean, I've been online for quite a while, much before this, but COVID, particularly, you know, when you're not able to go in person, it has really taught a lot of them to go on, you know, online and try to teach or learn online as well. So technology that way.
Yeah. Yeah, online initially I was very much, you know, thinking twice whether I should do it online or not because I'm not a tech savvy person. I'm very like I can send the message and I can't do all those. Technically, I'm not at all good in all those things. One of my students' father, he came, returned that 4 days because he taught me Zoom class. How to do this Zoom. In fact, he gave me his ID, Zoom ID, to our dance class, Samsruti, and he said, okay, you guys, we are doing so kind of him. And yeah, 4 days he sat in my house and in the COVID time, the lockdown time, he had a permission from police. He was doing a social service. So he had nice of him. So I learned, now I'm enjoying online class actually. I actually am very fun. I just enjoy with all the small kids. They're so innocent. They'll be looking somewhere, they'll do something.
Yeah.
They're not aware of the camera, but they'll be doing all kinds of monkey acts. So I enjoy all those things, you know. And now from last 1 month, I asked the students to come home for offline classes. Very few are. Now I had a class in the morning. I finished. Today I started practicing. From today I started practicing. All these days I was like, in the lockdown time, I did just 1 day of practice. That's it. I didn't do. I did a lot of yoga and I do a gym. That's it. No dance practice. Very lazy I was. And from today I started. I was telling my students, today I'm starting. Don't stop nonsense. I'll do dance. I said.
No, that's wonderful. I'm so glad you learned Zoom. Otherwise, we wouldn't be talking today. So I'm very glad that you are tech savvy.
I know.
But thank you so much, Sathyanarayana ji. It was so sweet of you to just come and discuss so many things and so many things openly, and also completely comfortable with some of the questions I asked. It's an honor to be talking to people who have embraced generations of dancers and are still encouraging them. So thank you so much.
Thanks you, Mridula. Nice talking to you. Nice meeting you. And we should meet in Chennai next time.
Absolutely. I definitely would love to meet you. And it will be really nice to interact with you as well. So thank you so much for the time and also for all your beautiful information, no holds barred discussion on anything personal, dance and art. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.